Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the last 14 and a half minutes of Throne Keeper. Only because by Doxy's request, we're going to end, she said in 15 minutes, now 14 and a half minutes ago. So,
Places to be. You
yeah,
understand.
I suppose we make this a
Sits
very...
to pop.
Yeah, you. I suppose we make this a very productive 14 and a half minutes. Let's start off with you, Josh. What do you do?
Ka?
Pan away.
He's just gonna start looking at her. Ka, where'd you go, Ka? Where?
Caw!
I don't have anything to help me in this situation.
Sorry, Spanish viewers.
I'm not.
I'm gonna look around for him. Like, I'm not gonna go crazy far. But I'm gonna stay within like 20, 30 feet of the wagon and just kind of look around for him to see if like I could see him.
One of
Like,
the outdoor
maybe
guards,
he fell out.
One of the outdoor guards are going to be like, hey, is something wrong?
Just looking for a friend of mine. He was in the back of the cart. I thought maybe he fell off.
You want me to help you? Are they all right?
It should be fine. It looks like you have big enough problems as is, and I'll point to the fucking fire. I can handle this.
Yep. Glad I'm stationed on the wall.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, Ka.
Here, slavey.
If you're looking for, we hear something about somebody named Ka, you said his name is, we'll let you know. Back to you, Doxy.
Good job, Laszlo. You killed
I
it.
would also. I would also turn out empty whatever of my pockets were empty. Any of my empty pockets, I would turn them out.
How so?
Like as I was collapsing there, as I heard them approach, I would turn out my pockets, like have the
Making
pockets.
it look like she got robbed.
Yes.
Gotcha. But don't you have things in your pockets that you still have on you?
Honestly, just gold, which
I mean, you hide that up your asshole anyways, so.
well, she would keep it like
Coin rolls.
under her clothes is the thing. She
Yeah.
like
She's a tourist. She's got her fanny pack that's on the inside of her pants.
It's literally a fanny pack.
Yeah. Look, hey, I'm sorry. That was not intended, but here we are. And now I have to live with it. So, all right. I'm going to stop trying to help.
All right. Well, Doxy. So you just kind of like pull out your pockets as you're like lying there trying to be discreet about it or whatever. The guards go walking up. They're like, I don't know what's over here. It looks like we got a couple of people passed out. And the two guards will come walking up and they'll check it out. They're like, she's all dolled up. Let's see who she is. And they go in, they just kind of like start searching throughout and like turning you over, trying to check and be like, hey, you okay? You're like, you okay?
what?
You alive? Well, this
Oh,
the other one's like, this one isn't. I'm like, what? Look at this. And he's like, oh shit, look at him. Yeah, I know. Oh God, what the hell happened to that? I don't know. You actually hear somebody else come around the corner and be like, hey guys, you need to see what's going on over here. All right, we'll make this one a girl to differentiate voices a bit. It's like, you guys need to see what's going on over here. There's a broken chair all smashed up with ropes attached to it. Looks like somebody may have been tied to a chair. We got a corpse.
I was hired to entertain this gentleman last night. Last I remember is going out the window. Forcibly.
Like, oh shit! Listen, it's okay. You're gonna be safe. Just come with us. We'll figure everything out.
Why don't I drag this one to the doctor?
Whoa! You don't need to drag him. He's dead. He'll be
Sir,
collected.
I was hired last night. That wasn't the worst night I've had this week.
Yeah. Nonetheless, we're gonna have to find out what happened. There was a crime. Somebody died. We need to find out who did it. We need a description.
So he'll need to be examined by a doctor, which I must go see. My head is killing me.
Someone's like, "Is this
You have
is a
the
drunk
fire
chick trying to
to
tell you what to
deal
do?"
with.
And he's like, "I think a drunk chick is telling me what to do."
She's just glaring at them.
Listen, We're going to ask you some questions. Maybe you killed him. Why don't you come with us? We'll ask you those questions.
Can you ask them at the doctor?
No.
Do you have any opium? Anything?
We don't have doctors. What do you think this is?
A civilized town, but apparently I'm mistaken.
Now she's getting flippant. She is getting flippant.
Listen, sir. My life is never easy, but just ask me your questions so that I can get home, have some spirits, and sleep off this headache.
That one guy's like, yeah, there's no problem asking her here. Just do that. And they hear, what? Yeah, listen, I'm busy helping. There's a situation going over here. Oh, you saw who murdered them? Do you have a description? And you actually hear a voice getting closer as the innkeeper starts walking up to the female guard at the end of the alleyway. And this is where Oscar comes walking back, seeing a female guard sitting at the end of the alleyway, not too far from the broken chair, as the innkeeper is walking up and clearly having a conversation with her, trying to describe the scenario of everything happening. There's the one guard that was kind of like having a side conversation a couple steps away from Doxy, who's kind of like split interest between what they're saying and what's going on with Chris Ellen on the ground. And then there's the third guard again that's kind of standing over Chris Ellen and was about to start questioning you.
Okay, I'm gonna spring up and make a big show of falling down so that they are looking away from the corpse.
Wait.
Like falling down in front of them so that Oscar can come up behind and see
Oscar,
the
you
corpse
do
away.
not know Oscar's there. And you're in an alleyway, remember?
I can't roll to see if I see Oscar.
You can roll a perception check, but you're in an alleyway. There's no way for Oscar to really sneak up. He's going to be coming from the same side of the alleyway that there are more guards.
So it's a one-way alley.
No, there's another way, but Oscar's walking up literally like... So if you think of a city block, he'd have to go all the way around to come up from behind and so on and so forth, because he's literally walking towards the entrance where the female guard and the innkeeper currently is.
So here's the thing. Seeing that that's happening, I would look for another way around. That's just...
Well, so you notice that immediately, but again, you do not get their attention as some random person walking up. Let's be serious. That doesn't happen.
I just have
me a
another
perception empathy check. And Doxy, if you want to notice him, you can roll a perception check as well. Seeing, of course.
That's what, 12?
So with your 12, Oscar specifically. With your 12, you can see that seeing the guards over there, the innkeeper and everything, the guy that you have a spear pointed to the back of, you can clearly tell he's starting to get ideas. You intimidated him, so he's not immediately acting, right? Because you crushed the intimidation, but he's definitely starting to get ideas. Doxy, with your total of 8,
also
10, 12. I would actually, because of like angles and everything, you would notice that there are people out in the alleyway, but you wouldn't necessarily, because it's dark out, and you're just a human. You wouldn't notice that it's Oscar.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull him into a side street just immediately and start walking down. Like I'm trying to loop around basically, but I'm gonna basically be starting to guide him, and with the spear now pressed cleanly into his lower back, not in him, but definitely pressed there, so he's feeling it. It's uncomfortable, and I'm just gonna lean in and just say, no ideas, no anything like that.
So your intimidation clearly works, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm actually going to have you make me a routine. This is very a very simple one. A routine, like a stealth check to make sure that you guys don't stand out as you're doing this.
Dexterity?
Correct. It's just a DC 7.
Which,
you crush. No so no problem there. So again, it's one of those things where you stop, you grab the guy, and then you say your words as you kind of like back up and go the other way. Again, the guards may have noticed somebody come by, so maybe one of them like turn their head to see like movement over there, but they don't think anything of it. You know what I mean? So you lead him the other way. So Chris Ellen, obviously you hear that Chris Ellen. God damn it! I'll never get.
You're gonna get there one day. I believe in you. I believe in you.
I was there for a moment.
She sells her body, Chrisellen.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Should be selling.
I always do word association to remember things. I don't know.
Moving on. Um, you do not see him. So when you hear the innkeeper walking up and talking to the female guard at the end of the alleyway, again, there's another guard between you and that female guard, and there's one standing in front of you. There's nobody the other direction that you've noticed. Do you change your action, obviously, to dive in front of the do you just kind of like sit there and start answering questions, or?
Yeah, I would just sit there and answer questions. Like, if I didn't know that was Oscar, yeah.
Okay. So you're going to sit there and answer questions. I will make a check in a moment. Oscar, you lead the guy away. You say your lines.
Yeah.
What are you doing
and
next?
and I'm actually gonna grip him by the shoulder, and I'm just gonna say, "Now, where's your home?"
He says, honestly, I don't live here. I
Where
was
are you
staying at the
staying?
inn.
Staying at the inn? You're
Yeah.
gonna stay at a different inn.
Do you, sure. Do you have coin for me to pay for a room? Because
Why, yes,
all my
I do.
stuff's in my, okay.
And I'm gonna hand him a gold and four silver, and I'm just gonna say, "Will this be enough?"
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna pull out another gold, and he's gonna put it in his hand. And that's for your cooperation.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
He just backs up. He's like happy that he was just trying to play. I'm muted.
You are silent to me, so I don't know what you just said.
Sorry. My I thought apparently I pressed space bar or something. So anyways, he says he just backs away, no problem, because he was just trying to be a good Samaritan, and he's regretting that. Beautiful. So when the conversation's happening down at the end and you're answering questions, the innkeeper must have like glanced around the bend and must have just caught sight, because he's like, "That's her. That's the one who was renting it was her room. We were renting the room to her. She was upstairs when everything happened." And he's saying this to the female guard at the end, and she looks down the alleyway and goes, "The drunk chick?" And the guards, of course, are like, "You were answering questions, so on and so forth," and now it's like attentions are completely on you, Crystalline.
Like I said, I was hired for a job. The man had interesting tastes. The other two came in, robbed us, and pushed us out a window.
The innkeeper goes, "Because the Arcane Congress robs so often." And one of the guards goes, "I thought those were Congress." And the female guard's like, "Well, those two in there are. Is this one over here Congress too?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think it is." She's like, "Oh, shit. We're going to have to report this all the way up." Do you say anything?
What the fuck?
Can I go?
Oh, no. You are not going to be able to go. You said that you were paid? Are you a whore?
Yes, sir. I am a working woman.
He says, "That's not exactly legal in this town."
Take it up with this fancy arcane congress that you're talking about?
Well, he's not the one that was selling the services. You're gonna have to come with us. Listen, you're coming with us. Come on, let's go.
She'll go.
Okay. And so they it's one of those, they arm around yours, like manacle. My apologies, you, and they'll start leading you away. Oscar, of course, you can reapproach the situation.
Yeah. So coming at it from behind as much as I can here. What do I see when I'm approaching? Are they?
They've already taken Chris. We had time to get kind of around, talking to the guy, so on and so forth. Made your way over there. Glancing into the alleyway, because again, there's not really guards on the other side. The attention's over here right now. So you can see they're already leading her away. She's not there anymore. And there's definitely another guard that's with the body and starting to drag it out of the alleyway, because they were already going to be dragging it somewhere when, of course, all this kind of went sideways. And so they start dragging the body out of the alleyway as well. And the innkeeper's still talking to the female guard, so each one of them's occupied. A corpse, a Chris, and an innkeeper.
Sorry, give me one moment here to think. Oscar is going to, at this point, I think I'm about to do something incredibly stupid. So here we are. I'm gonna walk up to that guard who's dealing with the body.
Yep,
First of
definitely
all.
the last one, and they're distracted. So, are you going to be discreet or no?
Relatively, yeah. I mean, I'm not approaching and just, screaming hello at them or anything. I mean, I mean, how tough can a guard be, right?
It's an open approach. You're welcome to do that.
No, I mean, I think I'm just gonna walk up and just kind of casually say, "Oh, sir, what happened here?"
You catch him a little bit off guard. Not that like it's kind of like he hears your last couple steps, and so he looks up like as you're like approaching.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, there's listen, absolute insanity. There's a dead gnome here. There's 2 more dead gnomes inside. Pretty sure they're Congress. We got some
Congress.
woman. Yeah, we got some woman that probably killed all of them, and she's trying to play it off like it wasn't her. Innkeeper
One woman?
says,
One woman killed 3 Congress?
They say that she did, and some hobgoblin guy. I don't really know much detail.
There was a hobgoblin guy who just walked down that street over there.
Poor guy.
No. Not to be like jumping to conclusions, but like, do you have a description of the hobgoblin guy? Because I just saw that guy, so if you have a description, I might be able to help you out.
The innkeeper said that it was somebody that was renting one of the rooms inside of his inn. Kind of got involved into a scuffle that was happening upstairs, and then he left pretty quickly afterwards.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, that doesn't help. I mean, this looks like quite a mess. Sorry for your duty, friend. You hate to see this. You hate to see this. Do you need help at all?
He shakes his head. He's like, no. Just throwing it onto the cart when it comes around. And he finishes dragging it out of the alleyway. So, I mean, it's one of those things where the body's fully out of the alley and out in the open area. Again, it's still dark everywhere. You can still technically be standing in the alley, but, like, at the very entrance of it.
Yeah, and I am for the moment. And I'm just going to kind of say, what did the woman look like?
Priscilla, whatever your name is, Doxy. You actually hear the voice around the corner. So because they haven't brought you anywhere yet. Like they just said they're waiting for a cart to come around, like a paddy wagon sort of a thing to come around. So you are actually able to hear his voice as he asks that question. What does the woman look like? And he goes, she's right there.
And Oscar just kind of slowly leans his head out, but doesn't go too far with it, and then just says, she's quite dolled up for someone who... What was she doing?
Listen, I appreciate your concerns, but...
Sorry, no, I know, it's just, well, if I'm being honest, I'm here looking for someone. And I was looking for someone around this tavern, and I'm worried it might be that woman.
All right, well, come on and see her.
It's not that kind of looking. It's the... Let me ask you a question, sir. How familiar are you with the art of bounty hunting?
Yep.
Yep. That kind of looking. Now, I understand that if she is as strong as you're suggesting she is by taking on 3 Congress, that's a little bit of danger for you. Now, that makes sense why the Congress wants her.
Roll me a communications check.
Let's see whether or not I have to stab this man. That's actually not bad. It's 12.
He says,
Kind of killing it.
Yeah. He says, what's the bounty on her head? No, he says, what's the bounty on her? Not on her head. What's the bounty on her?
Hold on, one moment. And he's just gonna take out one of the rolls of paper that he has in his pocket. He's just gonna look.
$1 million.
No, he's gonna look and he's gonna say 750 gold.
750. Where are they paying it?
Oh, that's a very interesting question that you'd be asking there, sir.
Long trek?
Long enough.
He thinks for a moment. So how much you willing to part with?
Well, since you folks have done a lot of the hard work. Well, since you, sir, have done a lot of the hard work, I'd be willing to go 50-50.
He thinks for a second. He's like, okay, let's see, half of 50.
It's 375.
Oh, okay, 375. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like 375. Honestly, 100 for each of them. 175 for me. That might be workable. And he calls over one of the other guards. Actually, calls over the female guard that's finally got rid of the innkeeper, who's been talking her ear off for the past several minutes, for like over 10 minutes now.
Yeah.
And comes over and he's like, "Listen." I was like, "What?" He's like, "I'm gonna keep it clean, easy. We let this girl walk. You make 100 gold right now." She's like, "What? Let the girl walk. You make 100 gold."
Am I hearing this?
Yep.
I would shoot her a sly smile.
It's one of those. Doxy, roll me a communications check.
What the fuck?
Are you able to re-roll these ones?
Yeah, she didn't do it earlier. I talked her into doing the like die.
Good call.
Oh, thank God.
What do you do with those 4 stunt point?
Oh, is that a flirt?
Also a wink, which is a flirt to that
It is a flirt.
that lady guard. Yeah.
That means you have to roll what communications versus her what?
Self-discipline, I think. Which
I
is
don't
willpower.
remember. Let me look.
It's willpower, self-discipline.
Yep. All right.
I rolled a fucking 13. What is this fucking shit?
Normal. This is normal.
I don't like it.
Yep.
And I rolled another 9
Again. The consistency is just compelling.
You toss the wink and everything at her. She's not the type that's interested in your advances, but you certainly make her like flush. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like even if you're not interested in that, sex or gender, you certainly like. Ooh, you felt that moment. You know.
The sly look is like, yeah, I'm important. Like, cause I know that she doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, she's the least informed out of all of it. Well, she knows that the innkeeper was rambling on about for a long time. So she's like, 100 gold, just let her walk. And what about? And he goes, 100 for him too. Wait, we're each gonna. And then she looks straight at Oscar and says, we're each gonna make 100 gold.
Yeah. But it'll make it easier for me if I can take the body as well. Show how dangerous she is. Maybe work in a little bit of extra gold as well. Now, hear me out.
She says.
Hear me out. I'm taking these to Congress, which means that I am trying to collect on a bounty. Now, what that means for you here is if I can bring that she killed a Congress member into that scenario, that increases the price. That increases.
Listen, this is him chiming in. Listen, buddy, there's 3 bodies upstairs. It's already a fucking mystery. So, a couple of loose ends, who cares? But we can't go telling Congress there's 3 dead bodies and then not have 3 dead bodies.
Have you already said there are 3 dead bodies to Congress?
I know somebody who could burn the other 2.
She chimes in, poignantly not looking back at Chris, and says, but the innkeeper knows, and we're not exactly burning him.
I know someone who could.
No. And you keep quiet. You hear? All right?
I will get away from you again.
Not if I can help it. Now, look. The innkeeper.
Steve's joke.
Now, he likes to run his business. He likes to continue making money. He doesn't like to have this, whatever this nonsense is, out his fucking window. You think he's going to complain if you just say, hey, we're going to make this go away so you don't have to worry about it? If anything, he's going to be happy about that.
I know it's different languages. So he says, yeah, listen, it's the Congress. You want to take her I'm willing to take my share. Okay, that's taking a
That's
problem
fair.
off my hands.
All right. You know what? That's very
He
reasonable.
leans into you and he goes, "Listen, honestly, I wouldn't give a shit, but there's this one guy around here that's been overseeing some stuff. He's a little tapped in the head, if you know what I mean."
No, that's fair. I understand that. I don't want to cause problems for you. I appreciate you guys even working with me here on this in the first place. I don't want to cause problems.
The fact that he isn't here already checking this out, it's making me kind of worried about what situation he's got himself into, that when he finds this out, it's not going to go so well.
Oof. Well,
He as he says, he's like, you know, thinking about that, there is a bit of danger involved in this deal that you're bringing up.
yes, and that's exactly why the price is exactly as high as it is, friend.
Oh,
That's why I
roll
wanted
me
to-
communications on that one. Or technically, you can roll an intimidation because you're.
I'm gonna roll
not,
intimidation
to
on
not
that one.
squeal him out. I like that.
That's 13 with 4 stunt points.
Okay, you succeeded. How do you want to use those 4 stunt points?
You know, I mean,
Wow, that was good. I didn't see
you
that
know,
angle.
I think sway the crowd. Sway the crowd. And
Fuck
they're-
yeah, bud.
Yeah, sway the crowd. Just interpersonal efforts are so effective that they spill over onto others in the area. And you affect one additional person of your choice past the target. So the lady
Yeah,
guard who's there
she
as
will
well.
she'll actually give him a slap in the shoulder, like a
Wink at her.
punch in the shoulder. She gives a punch in the shoulder, and she's like, yeah, don't be greedy. And and which plays into, of course, your little card there.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, no, it's. Listen, just go, just take her.
All right. Okay. And do you mind? Do you mind if I ask? Because I'm gonna need to get money to you after I commit the bounty here.
Whoa, you don't have it now? Yeah, she's
Of
like,
course
whoa.
not.
She's like, I thought we were getting paid now.
Chris Ellen will now yank on and be like, I'll be worth more next time if you just let me go. All of you. We could all get rich.
And she'll what is it? She'll actually turn around and be like, "No, shh, you be quiet. You're getting sold."
Now, hold
and
on
then
one
she'll-
moment here. Hold on one moment. And Oscar's gonna go over and where does Chris Allen keep her money? Because Oscar would probably know that at this point. I'm sorry.
In a pouch on her thigh.
Yeah, he just
Right
immediately
next to
goes
her
down
How
and
much money does she have?
he grabs the pouch and he says, "A down payment."
How much is it that you guys are able to give to these guards when you owe them $375 and they don't expect to ever see you again?
63 gold.
How
Yeah.
much do you have on you, sir?
Oh no, I gave him all mine away. I have 0. So it's 63. And I'm gonna toss him the 63 and I'm just gonna toss the pouch. I'm not opening it, I'm just tossing it and I'm just walking away with her. And I'm just gonna say, so name so I can find you so I can pay you the rest.
You are definitely going to have to, and this is not an easy roll. Roll of communications to try to convince them. This is like a bargaining, not you, Doxy, sorry. And John, how old's your son?
Nope, that's a 9. Well, good thing I already got over to Chrisellen, so I'm just gonna quickly pick her up and run.
So, hold on. You
Body.
grab the gold.
I can't.
You grab the gold and you offer it to them. And
Yep, they
they're
just
like,
look. If they look like they're not even having it, which I'm assuming they look like they're not even having it.
Yeah. So you offer 63 out of the promised 375 gold, and they're like, no, like they're like, that is not a deal.
All right, and Oscar just pulls the spear out and just says, "Then I'll take her."
Pulling the spear out means you're now rolling initiative. Poor,
Fuck.
you're gonna be
Look, I
willed this
tried,
session there.
I tried.
I am manacled.
Yeah, I know you are. Guess what? You're just gonna have to fucking try and
Are
get
you?
out of
Is
that.
she
and
legit
run.
manacled or just tied?
no,
Like,
no, she's manacled.
Definitely.
Is it manacled in front of her or behind her?
Behind. You would definitely do behind.
Okay. So just you get those in front of you and you go and grab that body and you run like the Dickens.
cut the head off. Just take
Yeah,
the head.
just take the head.
I said that.
It's true. He did. He did.
I'm
say
going
that.
to try to
Well, hold on. Roll initiative.
Let me know
first.
when I need to roll initiative.
Yep. Click your.
Oh, I probably have to roll initiative too.
Yeah, you will.
Everybody does. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's just Dex, right?
All right.
Yep.
I'm
You
like,
just roll a dexterity unless you have a focus in it, and then you have to here. You guys just add that. Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
All right.
Now you got a stun point.
Whoop. In 5. That is the worst possible initiative roll I could have gotten.
That's
I'm assuming I
insane.
don't,
That's
right?
I got 2 of those last session, remember?
Yeah, I do. Hey,
That was rough.
it could be worse. One of them is only 1 above me, but it's still above me.
Yeah. So you guys can adjust your initiatives on the tracker right there.
I'm assuming I don't have to.
Oh no, you
Okay.
are sidelines
Yeah.
boy today.
I was gonna say I'm really far away. There's no way I could.
It's not letting me change my initiative. Okay.
There you go.
God, roll 20 is awful today.
It's
Yeah.
real slow.
It's
real
struggling.
chunky.
I mean,
It's been like
to be
that
fair,
for like
though-
a week.
To be fair though, it's doing a really good job of keeping people sane. So I'm gonna shit on it because it's fun, but it's actually helping people stay sane.
Oh yeah. Thrilled to
Um,
have it.
This
Thrilled to
roll
have
20
it.
stream brought
Thrilled to
to you
have
by
roll.
Fantasy Grounds.
Hey, listen, I talked to people on Fantasy Grounds and they didn't want a bunch. So I was like, all right. Did I tell you about
It just
this?
has a high initial cost. That's
I didn't tell you about this. I'll just say it really quickly. So when I was in LA with Will, I went and talked to the developer. Like I met the guy that created Fantasy Grounds, and I met their chief marketing person. And I straight up said, "Hey, listen, I have a regular channel, like an affiliate channel, and I have a partner channel, and I do a lot of D&D. It's pretty much all I do is D&D. All I'm asking is for like a couple of months where I can use like your paid tier, like just kind of like a coupon for a couple of months, because it's a hard uphill battle to learn a whole new system. And if I like it, then, we can always discuss details in the future. Maybe I'll pay for it, because right now I pay for $100 a year or whatever it is for Roll20 anyways. You know what I mean? So would you do that so I can at least try it out and see if I want to promote it? And at the very least, I'm promoting it for those 3 months. And then maybe I'll switch to it by paying for it in the future. And they said, no, we never do anything like that. We do not do deals like that. No exceptions, no how, no way.
That's crazy.
And I was like, wait, I thought you were the chief of marketing. Why are you even here? Because I was talking to the developer who was telling me all about like how they coded this and all the cool features of that the marketer knew only some about. And then the marketer was like, oh, to talk about the different, blah, blah, blah. I was like, so nothing. Okay, cool. Like, all right, well, so Fantasy Grounds not tried.
Interesting.
Because how it is, like you spend hours and hours and hours learning a new program when you have one that works perfectly fine. And so I was like, hey, I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to try. And they were like, fuck off. And I was like, okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh man, Fantasy Grounds is so good though.
I mean,
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done.
for my experience, my very limited, because I did try the free version of it. I was like, but granted, that was about a year and a half ago when I tried the free version, and you only supported like 5 games. I'm sure it's expanded since then, but it was like Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder, and stuff. Like, okay, cool. Anyways, so yeah, we the guard first. So we're gonna say that out of the 2 of them, we'll flip a coin. It's odd to be male. She goes first. So out of the 2 of them, she actually goes first. She's able to act first. So she's like, no. And then all of a sudden, you kind of like drop your spear out. And as you drop your spear out, she's also going to draw her sword and be like, shit, he was with her. And then goes to attack, like making the assumption that clearly you were with them.
Even though I just said to them, I'm just going to take her then. But all right.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
So she's going to do that. And
What a rude lady.
here we go. It's 3d6 plus her whopping attack modifier. Hey,
That'll hit.
wow, a 13 actually hits.
I don't have my shield right now.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
No, we're not. It's fine.
I mean, honestly, she doesn't do a ton of damage. It's
Ooh, wow.
so she doesn't do a ton of damage.
Big
So
hit.
She hit
Big
you for
hit.
1 point of damage.
She hit me
so
for
she
1
goes,
point of damage.
he was with them, and and she swings and hits you, actually hurts you. And the other guy's like, no, he's just trying to collect the bounty. And then she tosses him a sharp look. Then it's going to be Chris's turn. That's your name from now on. You are Chris.
I am going to try to get the manacles in front of me. I'm gonna just drop to the ground and like pull, like use my shoulders on the ground to like lift my ass into the air and like pull them out in front of me.
Absolutely. This is going to be your major action to do that. If you roll extremely well, you can do it as a minor action. Go ahead.
Okay. What do you want me to roll?
It's going to be dexterity.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Let me see what that DC beats. 1 second. That's a hard check. Yep, you roll pretty well. Actually, that was your minor action. You still have your major action. You're still manacled.
I am going to start running over towards the body.
This game doesn't have attacks of opportunity, does it? Oh, God,
Nope.
I hate games that don't have attacks of opportunity.
I am okay with it in this particular circumstance right here, right now. But every other circumstance, I agree.
Same.
Wait, hold on. You're going to run towards the body. It's right here. It was literally just dragged out of the alleyway.
Yeah,
It's
it was
right
just
there.
brought to
They're
you.
fighting over the body.
Then I'm going to hook it to my manacles.
So you
And
like drop down to the ground and like drop the manacles around the body's like neck.
Yep.
That's weird. Weird. Okay.
Good. Great.
And
start running towards the cart.
okay, because there's your major action, you're able to go over there and like throw it around and take like, a couple steps back, but you're still very much right there for now. Because you have to move in, hook it around, grab it, and start backing up a bit. All right, cool. Now it's gonna be his turn, and as soon as she starts trying to get the body, which clearly they just said that, he is going to attack Doxy. His attack modifier is gonna be the same.
Ooh.
15 definitely hits Doxy. His damage is going to be slightly better than hers because men are stronger than women. That's right, I said it. Sexism for the win.
Or, biology.
Oh my god, I still rolled garbage! I'm just kidding, by the way, of course. I still rolled garbage. Oh. All right, Oscar, your turn, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to attack the one who's attacking Chris Ellen, the dude, because this is just, well, no, actually, you know what? No, I'm not, because I need to deal with the threat that's directly in front of me. I need to hit the lady. So I'm gonna swing with my short spear here.
Go ahead.
16 to hit.
16 to hit is definitely a hit, sir.
That'll be 11 damage then.
Oh my god.
Yep.
That is a very different, I mean, he's still standing, but he is very, she is very hurt.
And I'm just gonna, with that, basically just say, that was stupid. Now you're letting her get away.
I believe technically you can intimidate as a minor action.
I think you can. I'm checking that right now.
I'm also checking that right now. That's funny. Stand firm, guard up, aim, activate. I think you can actually intimidate as part of a minor action after an attack. So yeah, you can roll that.
Is it a free action for me to yell, "Don't worry, I'll be worth more next time"?
Yes.
I did. I do that.
That's, oh god, so that's what, 9, 13 plus 3, so that's 16 with 4 stunt points.
How would you like to use your 4 stunt points? It's not a combative thing, mind you. It's a
Role play.
Yep.
Let's see.
You let her get away. Wink.
No, we're not flirting. We're not flirting. We might be flirting. Hold on. We're swaying the crowd. We're swaying the crowd. That's what we're doing. We're swaying the crowd to try and convince him to stop attacking, or like to try and grapple her, I guess, rather than swinging his sword at her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll, sure, we'll do that. Yeah, and another thing. I haven't thought of the other thing. Hold on. And another thing, you're just wasting money. Just make her feel bad emotionally. All right, that's my turn.
Okay. So,
I mean, like, legitimately just be like, and another thing, you lost your cut or
Yeah,
something.
like you lost your cut. You're not
Do
getting
you know
paid.
how hard it is to catch this woman? Anything would have been.
I won't lie. You did 11 points of damage to somebody that doesn't have a ton of health, and you rolled a 16 stunt. 16 intimidation and whatnot. She takes the hit and like stumbles backwards a bit. I'm actually gonna make a different check at the moment. Actually, no. She's just going to stumble backwards and call off her friend and say, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. As she like backs off because she's not willing to die over whoever Chris Ellen is. Chris Ellen, it's your turn.
I am going to run towards the cart.
Okay, that's a long run, but yeah, I mean, not as long as it would have been the other way, right? But it's still a couple of rounds at least. So you're gonna move, because you obviously have a very hindered movement, being kind of like manticle dragging a body on the ground and blah blah blah. Usually you move at your normal speed, and then you can also dash or run or whatever it is a major action. I'm gonna say you can't really run. You're just gonna be able to move. You know what I mean?
So moving 24 rather than 36.
Yeah, sort of a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's you dragging the body with you. Cool. So
Yep.
you get a good distance. And honestly, he was kind of not really listening to her anyways. He was chasing after you as she was kind of calling that and backing off. He was chasing after you as you were running away. And so he comes up from behind you and he's going to attack you. Now, I believe I can actually charge attack is an option.
Yeah, charge attack is a thing.
Yeah, it's you may move up to so he moves and move up to speed or whatever, and you can make a attack against an adjacent enemy, a +1 attack roll. Perfect. And because you're like dragging a body weight and everything,
Moving
I'm
up
also
to
gonna
half your speed, rounded down.
correct. And he was also moving his speed prior to that.
Yeah.
So he has a pretty good modifier all in all to his attack roll against you, Docs.
Okay.
Whoa.
It's definitely a hit. His damage again is not a lot. So, I mean, it's not like it's the end of the world. Roll 7. God damn it. 4 points of damage. I don't think Doxy has soak either, so.
Nope.
Cool. And so that was his turn. It's now.
Oh god, I had fucking 4 armor. She didn't do anything to me before.
It was Oscar's turn.
Yeah, so I'm actually back. I'm at full health. She didn't penetrate my armor. Anyways, I'm charging after because I just kind of point my spear at her and just say stay, and then I just charge after. And I'm just gonna you said so they moved. That was okay. Do I catch up if I double move at this point?
Oh, yeah. If you do like the run action, which is like
Yeah.
your major action, you catch
Yeah.
up to them. Yeah.
Cool. Then I'll
Because
do
what's your
that
speed?
to catch up. 12.
Yeah. Your run action alone catches up to them. You can
Okay.
Yeah, you could technically kind of do what he just did, which is like the move and charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
As I
charge as
see
charge.
him coming up behind him, I'll say, "Look, a diversion."
And I am gonna charge attack him. So what is? Hold on, I gotta read the charge really quickly. You gain a +1 bonus on your attack roll. I'll just add that into the short spear here. Okay, so I'm going to now roll my attack. That's a
I killed
17.
Scott.
It's a 17 to hit.
Yeah, 17 hits.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. And that's gonna be 10 damage to him.
Okay. 10 damage. That's a heavy hit, but nothing that drops him. He is wearing armor, so that does reduce. You know what I mean?
Yep. Of course.
All right. So that is your turn. It's now back to where we're moving her. It's Chris, your turn. Are you just going to continue trying to run away?
I mean, I'm going to try to get him to look and not pay attention to me anymore.
Or he just
first.
gets stabbed from behind.
He's very
Okay,
aware.
then yes,
of my
I'm going to
presence.
keep running, but I want to go a roundabout way so that I'm not going straight for the cart. I want to like lose them in alleys or like side streets or whatever.
Awesome. It's so easy to do in Dragon a Body.
I know it's tough. I feel like once I have some breathing room and like I'm sure they're not looking at me, I can like toss this body over my fucking shoulder and
I mean, it's yeah. You technically can just like choke the thing behind you, and use its neck like it's a strap. And anyways, so moving on, he turns around because he just got attacked from behind. He's like, ugh! And obviously he can't keep chasing her. He turns around to face you, and he's like, "You made a deal, and you didn't even have the coin. You're some piece of shit." And he's going to swing his weapon at you as he's calling out, "Call the guards! Call all the guards!" And he's going to attack you. Minor action, just double checking. Aim is a +1, and then he's going to attack. So there's just this. That's also
11,
stunt.
11 does not hit.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Do I have Daddy's dice? I don't think I do. I have 0 Daddy's dice. Thanks, chat.
Thank you, chat.
Just kidding.
Appreciate you.
Go ahead.
So, okay. Is it my turn then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna look at it and I'm gonna say, I was talking about splitting a bounty with you. Of course I didn't have the coin on me yet, and you just lost your damn cut. And I'm just gonna just literally push by him and saying, now I have to go and fucking catch her again, you idiot. And just hope he stops chasing me, and I'm gonna run after her. But I'm not gonna double run, like I'm gonna move twice rather than like.
Wait, so you weren't rolling like an intimidation or anything, or deception or anything?
Oh yeah, no, I'd love to just intimidate.
I would actually say on this one it's more of a. No, because you already bought the deception from before, so it's more of an intimidation. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be what is that?
16.
16 with 5 stunt points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. How do you use a stunt?
Sorry, I'm scrolling back up to the
Enrage?
the roleplay stunts. No, no. Just I think to be honest with you,
Stun
I'd like
silence.
to I just like stun silence. Yeah, exactly that. And then just and then just tell him to like kind of motion for him to go back to his buddy. And then I'm gonna go off and chase after Chrisellen.
Cool. You guys do get away on this scenario. However, needless to say, fighting with guards in the middle of the streets and people are already on edge because of everything that happened here definitely caught people's attention. Running down the streets, dragging a corpse behind you and then inevitably throwing it over your shoulder. There's not one, not two, not 36 people that see you. It's more than that. No question. As you guys are making your way towards the gates themselves. They don't continue pursuing you because you did openly just have a conversation in front of a bunch of other people about the fact that you were trying to bribe them and they were going to let it go. So you stun him in silence as you're like, oh shit, other people can know about that. And so he does kind of fall back and everything like, I'm just going to count my losses. We'll just put this in the report as some like makeshift whatever. But that doesn't change the fact that you still need to, with a corpse, get through the city gate. I mean, there's not like high walls all around the whole city and whatnot. There's a bit of a walling or whatever, but nothing crazy. You do still have to get past that area. And Oscar, Laszlo, Ka, are you under the cart?
Where'd you go, Ka? Chrisellen's gonna be really mad. Ka.
Ka's just hiding up a tree nearby and he's like, at you.
Oh, that's very good. Jeez. All right. So when we get far enough away and we kind of like are able to just take a moment's pause in an alley somewhere, Oscar will just kind of stop and look at the damn manacles and just shake his head at Chrisellen and just, we need to get you out of those now.
I think it's more important that we get out of the city right now. We can get me out of these in the cart. Just hear me out. Oscar, take the body and run. I'm going to run a different way. We're going to meet at the rendezvous point. Go.
Fine. And he takes the body. And is there like a barrel or anything out and about here? Like, are there crates or barrels or anything?
Doxy, roll me an intelligence check. Since you seem to be conniving and perfectly not happy with killing the guy, but perfectly fine with running around with the corpse.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
We're saving innocent people by dealing with this corpse. I don't give a fuck. That's good. That's what good people do.
With your 15 on your intelligence check, you do remember something. Like, take the body and run. And then it's kind of like you remember something as he's about to like, and you're about to like split in different directions or whatever. Laszlo did say you only needed one part.
I mean, I feel like beheading somebody is going to cause more of a commotion, more of
You're
a
in an
scene,
alleyway.
and take more time. You can behead it if you wish.
What?
We just need the head.
This is gross.
What do you mean what do you mean we just need the head?
They can't resurrect a body without the head.
Fuck. Oscar pulls out
Take
his
the whole body
longsword.
if you don't want. Bye.
No, we're splitting up. And Oscar cuts the head off and hands Chrisellen the head. Put it in a fucking sack. And then I'm gonna go look for a barrel and see if I can find a barrel to put this body in.
Doesn't need to be a big barrel.
No, it doesn't need to be a big barrel. I just need a fucking barrel, Scott.
It's a headless gnome. So Chris, did she take the head when he hands it to her? And then we'll get to the barrel bit.
Yep.
Okay. Honestly, you wouldn't find a barrel immediately in this alley, but very quickly searching thereafter, you would find one. I mean, it's stuff everywhere. Barrels, crates, whatnot, everywhere. Sure.
Okay. Good.
How about me? Am I going by any open windows with curtains billowing out or anything?
Sure. Yeah. That's actually crazy. You'd be ripping down the curtain rod, but who cares
She's
about a little
like
clatter at this
holding
point?
the head out an arm's length away from her and just like without hesitation, just like as she walks by, just kind of yanking a curtain.
I am just waiting for Norway's response in chat. I'm just
want
waiting
you
for
all to
Norway's
know.
response in chat.
I want you all to know I'm role playing this, but it really hurts my soul to do any
This
of
is
this stuff
so
right
messed
now.
up.
I
Green,
feel
I
really
am,
fucking awful right
I
now.
am so
actually,
sorry.
Like just horrible fucking human right now.
I feel nothing.
I say the first crossover is Regicide Thronekeeper. They get along.
I don't think
actually
we're
feel
being
bad.
Oh
bad.
no!
No, I just fucking beheaded someone, dude. Like
It was already dead.
I don't care.
We didn't kill it.
Well-
This body getting somewhere. That we
I did.
don't- Oh, yeah, you did. You're a piece
I
of
did
shit.
kill it. I am an asshole. Thank
Oh,
you.
no. We're like regicide. They keep heads.
I'm
in the
not
back.
like regicide. I'm not.
No, you're just the Rena.
Okay, anyways, I'm putting this fucking body in a barrel and I'm just carrying it out of town. And I'm gonna run, by the way. I'm just fucking bolting it.
I
in
love
this barrel.
I love lightning spamming the head in the basket right now.
I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, it's
I
so
hate
beautiful.
It so much.
It's a great emote.
Oh, someone Photoshop.
Photoshop whose head in the basket?
I mean, like Captain Amolta with a basket. Just saying.
Anyways, yeah. What do I need to do to run out of town, Scott?
So you're throwing the... Now, my apologies. Were you bringing the barrel with you or were you leaving it behind?
That's a great question. Fuck, like I want to give this guy a fucking proper send off, and I mean that sincerely. Like I hope that we can reunite his head and his body long enough to fucking burn his whole corpse and give him a proper like burial. So I think I'm genuinely taking the barrel with me.
It's not gonna unmurder him. It's just
No.
going to hinder you.
Yeah, I know, but it's a decision that Oscar would make in this instance.
Okay.
Like he would because he right now, like just to give you a little bit of insight into his head, like right now he is just genuinely thinking this is a bunch of horrible shit that I have done and I can't make this right, but I can maybe at the very least make this not completely wrong. And the answer is no, of course not. He can't, but that's where his head's at.
So you're going to grab a small barrel,
Yeah.
full of like fish or something like that, and
Yeah.
spread the body. No, I was kidding.
I'm going to be taking the fish out.
Yeah,
If there are fish,
You find a
and
small
just-
barrel that has it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter what's in there. You kick it over, you dump it out, you throw the body in there, probably throw a couple more of whatever it was that you kicked out back on top, just to make sure there's something there, and then you just start carrying the barrel out of town. Of course, you grab the spear, you throw it back into the holster you have behind you, and start walking out of town. Doxy, you can, like we said beforehand, you can literally reach up and grab like curtains and like rip them. It takes like 2 or 3 pulls to rip them off, and the clattering and whatnot on the inside of the house wakes people up. But at this point in time, fucking everybody knows everything anyways. And the two of you are going to start trying to make your way at different times outside the northern gate. But to get past that northern gate, you definitely need to look like some normal shit is going on, because there's been a lot of commotion. But again, intentionally, because of the way things played out, those guards aren't reporting you. To see who gets out first, we'll actually say that Doxy does, traveling lighter, and didn't have to go find an appropriate size barrel and so on first. So Doxy, you go out first. And again, to make your way out there, what is the approach that you're doing?
I'm just walking out like nothing's wrong.
Yep. Just like you're just leaving normally.
Yeah,
And what about the coagulated blood all over your hands?
like fucking first aid in a fire, am I right?
Okay. Roll me a because you're trying to more or less lie your way out. If you don't have a focus on it, just roll me a communications check. Jesus. Are you happy with a 13 in this
I
scenario?
would like to luck that.
Yeah,
You are welcome.
Do
to
it.
do
This
so.
is the first time that I have asked to use
We
a
need
luck.
no. We just need to get out of this situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nice to see.
16, and you have those 5 stunt points. So what would you like to do with those 5 stunt points as you walk out?
What can I do to make them just not fucking question or follow me?
Great question.
Stun silence, sway the crowd, jest.
Sway the crowd is probably one of
Sway
the
the crowd
best.
and jest at the same time.
Yeah.
You could enrage
That's
them
what I
about the
do.
fire.
No.
Oh my
Like,
god, no, if I do enrage them about the fire, then it'll be easier for you to get out.
That's the idea. If you like,
You do what you wanna
There's something
do.
going on in town, and maybe they leave.
They're not gonna leave their posts. They're not gonna leave their posts. They're guards.
Yeah, I'll stick to the original idea.
Yeah,
Also,
cool.
I have to let my cats out of my office. I'll
Go
be
ahead.
back.
So
4
she
seconds.
sways the crowd, and she tells a joke that sways the crowd over, and so on and so forth. So it's one of those things where like oh ha 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 ha, and they let her out no problem. Eventually, Oscar has to make his way out of town as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, question for you: are there gates? Are there like checkpoints? Are there like what's the situation in terms of layout?
It is not even a closable gate. It's just like an archway that's there. People
Cool.
can stand on top of it because it gives them a vantage point in case they have to
Yeah.
like look for something coming, so on and so forth. It is not even a closable doorway or anything like that. And there's in the area, 2 guards overhead, 1 down below. Oh, sorry, my apologies. 1 guard overhead, 2 down below.
Okay. Strategy in terms of getting out. I think realistically, I am gonna walk out, but I'm gonna look like very fucking pissed the whole time, and just very fucking angry, and just essentially just as I'm walking by, just say, "I'm going to blow off some fucking steam out in the woods. Don't you fucking deal with me right now. Just don't. Just fucking don't." And I'm just gonna walk out and try and intimidate them, hopefully.
I'm going to say this one also falls on the communications. You know what I mean?
All right, that's fair. That's actually not terrible, all things, because it's 12.
Yep, and stunt points in there. Again, are you happy with your 12 in the scenario? She wasn't
Do
with
we-
her 13.
do
You have
have-
1 less luck die.
What do you guys think?
It's our last one.
mean-
Use it though.
Well,
13? Okay,
13.
13 would not have been enough for Doxy to get out without some degree of questioning or whatever. Hers is actually set at a 15, but she did grease the wheels for you and set it down a bit to a different number. So you actually did get out no problem. Both of you guys were able to get out of there with everything said and done.
I
So-
get to the cart before Oscar, right?
We'll worry about getting to the cart and whatnot. You do, but we'll worry about getting to the cart in a minute. Because you're looking around for Ka, trying to find Ka, and unfortunately, you don't find Ka anywhere. It's just, they're nowhere to be found. So it's one of those like, yeah, God, Chris is going to be pissed. And you make your way walking back to the cart. But when you do so, you actually find somebody sitting on the edge of the cart, comfortably sitting there. You've never seen this person before in your life. It's a parent gentleman. He looks to be, maybe middle-aged, maybe younger. Probably younger than middle-aged. He's dressed well. Simple robes, but just well. Dark in color. And he's just comfortably sitting there, and he looks after you as you come walking up.
Oh shit. Excuse me. Do you need something? That's my cart.
I did need something, and fortunately, things have been going well.
I look around to see if Grisel or Oscar's around. Like,
Nope.
How so?
Well, there's a few things that need to get taken care of here and there, and I've been going out of my way to find the appropriate peoples to assist me with these tasks. I'm thinking, Laszlo, you might be one.
I slide my hand to get my wand and go, how do you know my name?
You don't just want to get back at her, Josan. But more than that, the lies, they trickle down from the top. Sure, you can sever the head of the snake, but the lies will continue. Sure, you can try to share the truth, but how much will it really permeate? You need to dismantle them, brick by brick. You need them to collapse. Is that the only way that you're going to feel as though you've appropriately justified your actions? With those keen enough of sight, you can see it many miles away.
He'll, for a second, forget about the wand and kind of just touch his goggles.
Corona.
Why would a parent care about this?
There are a lot of people that care about what happens that night. I just happen to be one of them. Would you like to get this vengeance?
Yeah. Yes.
I might be able to assist you with that.
The dismantling of the Arcane Congress? That's a godly task.
A small smile will curl up on at the side of his mouth, and he looks down, looks back up, and says, "Indeed, I'd like to give you a couple of gifts. They're going to aid you, because it looks like you and your friends need some help."
We haven't made the best choices.
Yeah, there's no unity. I've unfortunately seen recently all too well what happens when a small group of people choose to work together for one reason or another, and there's no unity between them. Things dismantle too quickly. You can't stop the inevitable, but you can at least enjoy the moment.
Your gifts. How will you aid us? Or me?
First, the royal you. And he actually takes out of from inside of the folds of one of his inside of his robes, he produces a small little chest, and he says, "This has a connection to elsewhere. I want you to be able to look inside this, occasionally even reach inside of it, and pull from it something that's here to aid you. Now, I want you to be wary. If you reach inside of it and find something you'd like, please keep it. But don't get too greedy. If you reach inside too often, it just might reach back."
I'll hold my hand out for the chest. The piece, and like, is this some kind of illusion? It's
Not exactly. Focus on it.
I do.
And the chest appears identical to it before you. You're actually familiar with spells like this beforehand. This is a token. This is an anchor, a real-world physical representation of something that already exists elsewhere. Maybe definitely out of place, maybe even out of time. And it appeared before you. Very quickly, you're able to realize, like, oh, no. This chest that's in my hand is just like an effigy or an icon or a token, right? That chest right there, it was elsewhere. I just summoned it to here.
We never really talked about it, but would Laszlo have brushed upon planar knowledge?
I mean, very, very, very minor. He was not focused in that kind of category. He was not focused in that kind of stuff. So very minor.
All right. So he'll look at the chest and goes, "Interesting, a talisman. Are you an arcane user?"
He once again smiles at you. He says, Not exactly. And besides, arcane, divine, does it really matter? It all comes from here.
It's debatable.
It's not.
Okay. Children.
Rolls his eyes.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
Okay. I open the chest. What do I see? And I open it.
Inside of it, you actually see a swirl of colors. You actually see a swirl of both dark and light color inside there. A quick analysis of it, 2-3 seconds looking at it, you realize there's definitely more of this lighter color than there is the darker color that's inside there. It definitely outnumbers the amount of darkness that's in there, but the like liquid that happens to be inside there is like swirling and moving around each other. And mind you, it's not like it's a consistent liquid over here. It's like broken apart into small little blobs or chunks, broken apart into different strands. They're always like moving through each other, almost like attacking and trying to rip each other apart and whatnot. But eventually, like at the same time as the dark is trying to attack the light, and the light is trying to attack the dark, and these like weird like pools of color that happens to exist inside here. The light is also trying to pull together to itself, and the dark likewise on its own side. So you'll often see like not only are they kind of tearing each other apart, they're also pulling themselves together fairly consistently. And every once in a great while, you actually see a moment where like the light actually will have a decent sized pool, and the dark will have a decent sized pool. Light once again far outweighing, with only little tendrils here and there, kind of out of place. It's cool because there's no set pattern or motion or anything to it. It's constantly going.
I'll look to it and I'll say, how am I supposed to know when it's time to reach in?
I mean, you can reach in now if you'd like, but you might be disappointed.
I'll close it. See, I'll take your word for it.
Now, let's not be too greedy. That's not just for you.
Understood.
Something else is, however. And he actually stands up from the cart and takes the last few steps or whatever it is between the two of you. He walks towards you, approaches. I don't know how you react or act or anything to it.
He would not go like get defensive, like he's ready to grab a wand, but not like attack him right away.
Mm-hmm. When he continues walking up, he walks right up to you, and he stops closer than a typical person would stop for comfort. He says, "That day, with what happened, they were displaced. You see, each person has a predestined place to go, long before the time that they pass. But what happens that day? They were displaced. They weren't able to go where they were supposed to. In fact, they went the wrong locations. More of them to one spot than anywhere else, than all the other places combined. Funny how that worked. You can still hear them, you know, if you listen. If you listen right," and he pokes you in the chest. "Here." And as he does so, you can feel like a cold shiver, like rush through your body. You can feel like this crazy cold shiver, and for a moment you hear like whispers in the back of your.
That's when I would
mind.
back up and pull the wand and go, "What? What was that?"
It's my gift to you, Laszlo.
That didn't feel like a gift. Did you curse me?
Curses. No, I have had my share of curses.
I don't understand.
You will. Just listen to them. They know a lot. Some of them even know you.
What? If you're, I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear them.
Brick by brick. That is how you'll dismantle them. just like brick by brick is how you'll have to build unity between you and your friends here. And he actually, as he says, your friends here, he actually kind of like turns and looks like not quite back. It's one of those like, I think it's time I go.
Wait, are you an agent of Lady Winifred?
I am my own agent. And with that, you actually see like his all like the finer details of him get darker and darker and darker until it completely turns into like a shadow or darkness in front of you, and then kind of like almost like drops down and disperses outwards. Doesn't exist anymore. And a couple moments later, Crystalline, walking very hastily, but with grace to her, she looks completely calm and natural and whatnot. But
What
hastily,
happens when Oscar makes decisions without me? We end up carrying disembodied heads.
I'll take the goggles off and I'm looking around to see if he casts some kind of illusion on me.
wait, see if he casts an illusion on you.
Because I'm assuming he casts an illusion.
Oh, there's no illusions. Nope. It's funny actually. Shadow magics do fall under the illusion category, but yeah, nope.
Crystalline, you'll notice that Laszlo doesn't have his goggles on. Go. I can't find Ka.
Excellent news. Prepare the cart.
Yes. Someone was here.
Do you think you could And she holds the manacles up to you.
How? No. What?
I'm a whore, Laszlo. I was arrested.
That's okay. I don't have anything for. You know what? And Laszlo says, "I don't have anything." As he walks towards you, and I'll pick her lock because I have Ledgerman.
Funny enough, while he's rolling that, prostitution's illegal in that town, but like her profession is not. She just wasn't throwing her profession and everything under a bus. So
I like that, but as Laszlo's trying to feign, I don't know how to do this stuff at all. He'll just pull out this small set that he has, and I'll start picking the lock.
It's average difficulty for basic manacles. You know, it's more like loosening a nut and whatnot. It's very, very simple. So yeah, and we'll say with the 2 stunt die is how convincing you are of trying to make it look like it's an accident.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how good are you at lying?
He's horrible at lying. No. Actually,
very
I have
adept.
a 2 in communication.
Laszlo.
But, yes. They're kind of cheap manacles. And I'll hit
really? You appraise manacles often. Besides the point. Ka! Can I look around for tracks?
For tracks?
Mm-hmm.
Why tracks?
Like dirt.
Tracks.
Like Ka. Yeah, I want.
Well, you said Ka. Like, you don't even know he's calling yet. Why are you looking for tracks?
I literally told her.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I didn't hear that part. I must have spaced. So you can definitely roll as tracks. Is what, some sort of survival-y thing?
Was it perception something? I don't remember. I think there's a perception tracking, but I don't recall. If that's
I thought I was allowed to use my intelligence last time for it.
It might be intelligence tracking.
No, it's perception tracking.
It is perception tracking, yeah. You were able to use intelligence for something else.
Great!
Fantastic roll, honestly.
I loved it. It was a good
That's
roll.
tonight. That's tonight.
That's
The only footsteps you see around here.
I've had.
The only footsteps you see around here are literally just Laszlo's. He's been here alone.
When did you last see him?
When I dropped you guys off, I went around the bend. It got really dark. When I came on this end, he was gone. Dark.
He's a
even
free
for
man.
my eyes.
He didn't. I just can't believe he wouldn't say anything to you.
I might have scared him.
How?
With all the talk about us, we're gonna die and be attacked.
He's a free man and he made his choice.
Yeah.
I will miss him. I wish I could have said goodbye.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at the situation. We are tit high in shit. And I just want to go.
Okay. Sure. What is that bat? Oh, it's
Yeah.
bloody.
It's
Um,
for you.
Oh, does she show him?
I would just like hold the like bunched up curtain. You know what it is.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I get the perfect place to put it.
Are we just sending ahead to another campaign right now? Is that what's happening?
Just a gnome head. Oh, and maybe Arcane Congress scries it and finds out where it is. And no, I wouldn't do that. Oh goodness. Okay. We're gonna have to bury it. Let me get the horse ready. We're gonna. Did anyone see? I mean, you were in cuffs, of course. Okay.
Oh, everyone saw Laszlo. We will not be vacationing here in the near future.
That's good. There was a weird guy that just showed up. I didn't get his name.
I'm just so tired, Laszlo. I'm so tired. Can we
Okay.
talk about the weird guy tomorrow, or is it pressing?
I look at the chest in my hand and go, tomorrow's fine.
Oscar goes walking up. Oh, why am I muted?
You're muted again.
How do I keep getting
I
muted?
love
Oscar, you go
Laszlo.
walking up.
All right. Oscar walks up, puts a barrel on the cart, and then just goes and gets the horse.
What's
Single word. Not a single word was said. He just puts the barrel on the cart and walks to the horse and gets on the horse. Where's
I'm gonna
Tom?
like lift the lid of the barrel. Oh, I can have that back, Laszlo.
Here.
And I will just stuff it in the barrel. Fucking put the lid back on.
Damn.
Okay. I have an idea. Is there any like small walls, like stone? Oh man, those are so good.
I know.
Anyways,
Are you eating baby snacks?
How am
No,
I muted?
okay,
again?
to
How
be
do I keep getting muted? I honestly don't. I'm not even pressing buttons.
Magic.
I keep getting muted.
Magic.
you might have a setting set to auto mute because remember they added a bunch of features since people are showing up.
But
naked.
this is the third time it's happened. This one. It's weird.
Is there a small stone wall or anything around here where I had the cart?
My apologies. Oh, a stone wall?
Yeah, just like a small stone wall.
Yeah,
I
that's
want to do this.
It's fine.
I want to draw my signature on it and kind of imply, like kind of integrate into it, like Peridot, so that like maybe I can apply that I'm heading into Peridot more.
Okay.
Into the glyph, and it stays, and I'm gonna make it. It's gonna be like almost a black glow to it, and then I'll get in. It'll be like a
Like
mixture
an
between
anti-glow.
yeah, like it's just a void of area, but then like I want it to be like bleeds of red in it, like misery kind of thing. And so now I'll get into the cart, and then we'll take off towards the bridge, and I'll just say a small thing, be like, I should we leave money for Ka? I mean, he's all by himself. He has nothing.
Sorry, what happened to Ka?
He left. He jumped out of the cart or something.
Where?
I don't know. When I came around the bend,
Very quickly
He's
take
gone.
the horse and just go
Yep.
double
That's
back.
yep. And Oscar goes and goes to the bend where.
well, we have to go that way anyways. So
Well,
we'll turn
exactly.
back
So
around.
I'm basically just going ahead to try and see if I can pick up any tracks of Ka at the bend where Laszlo says he lost him. So perception tracking, presumably. Whoa, fucking awful roll.
Nope.
I
No.
mean, you probably couldn't see in the dark anyways. It's pretty.
No.
Well, it should be.
It
getting
should be
lighter,
daytime now.
Actually.
Should be. Yeah. I don't know.
Gentlemen, I've earned sleep.
But nobody else has apparently.
Yes. Yeah. Sleep. I'll ride. I'll drive. I'm sorry. and I will also cast just to help. I don't know how this feels for Chrisellen, but I'll cast Servant on her to like so she feels like she's being washed, like something's cleaning her feet and her hands.
Oh my god, she would fucking love that.
Um,
She's used to the one that does the bathing for other people, right?
yeah.
So this is luxury to her.
So just in the bag, like she's just being taken care of, like being cleaned, being taken care of. That sounds bad. Being cleaned.
And as she's drifting off to sleep, she's like, "You're gonna make a wife out of me someday," and just passes out.
Not to you, to the servant.
No,
Yes.
it's directly to Laszlo. She loves flirting with Laszlo and watching him get flustered.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't feel so bad about your decision to kill the guy since she just dragged the corpse downtown, had his head severed, carried that around for a while.
I maintain that she's a good person for
she
that.
threw it out of a window. She's like, yeah,
At least we're all in shit's barrel.
We're all in this together. Sorry. Continue.
I had to make a decision who was going to come and visit this campaign, and you guys made it so easy for me.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyways, I feel like this is a perfect moment for us to take a break. Just feels like we just need to stop whatever the fuck just happened here. Just take a break. Yeah, Kingmaker, I think is back to being the good guys.
Nah.
No.
Green, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry
One
for everything
body,
that's happened.
10,000 souls.
Yeah.
No.
Those don't.
So how
those
many
don't
were on the
equate.
island?
That was prequels. That doesn't count.
Oh, okay. Because I think.
I'd like to point out that neither Chrisellen nor I can be held accountable for anything that happened.
Oh, sure.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, Tesh and Jake still get held accountable.
Exactly. This is exactly my point. I'm not saying that there are good people or bad people.
That means that you're the Neil of the campaign.
I'm saying that there are good people and bad people in each show, and I'm the awful one on this show because I murdered a gnome and beheaded its corpse.
Chrisellen is a fucking angel.
I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna say that's more
I mean,
that's
literally.
more of a one or Grishka thing to do. I think Neil and Josh and Tyler are linked, and then we have you and
That's
Jake
not even fair.
and Rena are linked. Just saying.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but my character didn't do these things by choice. He got screwed in this category.
Sure. Whatever
Did
you
get
say.
screwed into this category.
All right. See everybody in a few minutes. Bye-bye.